My family wants me to dump my boyfriend because he saved a kid from getting shot. So my boyfriend Jake literally saved my nephew's life, and now my whole family wants me to break up with him. Jake's a former Marine, 5 years overseas. He's calm, disciplined, knows how to handle weapons, and hates when people glorify war or play soldier. Enter my brother-in-law Todd. He's never served a day in the military, but walks around in camo like he's a Navy SEAL, always bragging about his tactical gear and Call of Duty kill streaks. First time they met, Todd said, "These people don't understand warriors like us." Like, dude, Jake is a warrior. You play video games. Anyway, last week my sister Todd and their 8-year-old son Jack came over for dinner. Jake cooked, because I can't, and he's amazing at it. Todd made a snide comment like, "Weird how Jake does all the cooking," but whatever, we ignored it. After dinner, Jack got bored and started wandering around. Jake offered to show him his office, which is normally off limits, just to keep him entertained and avoid more of Todd's tactical nonsense. He showed Jack his Warhammer figures, the knives he forges, his gaming setup. Then they reached Jake's locked gun cabinet. Jack asked what it was, and Jake calmly explained that's where he keeps his firearms. He even said maybe one day, with his parents' permission, he'd teach Jack how to shoot. It was super responsible. Then Todd walks in. Jake was already annoyed. That's his private space, but he didn't want to make a scene in front of Jack. Todd immediately asks to see the guns. Jake hesitates, but figures fine. The ammo's locked up on the other side of the house anyway. He opens the cabinet and tells Todd, word for word, "Don't touch anything unless I hand it to you." Todd immediately ignores him, grabs a rifle, doesn't check if it's clear, and starts waving it around, like he's in a fucking movie. Then, and I swear to God, this man points the gun at his own kid and goes pew pew pew. That's when Jake fucking snaps. He lunges, knocks Todd flat on his ass, and takes the gun. No hesitation, no yelling, just pure instinct and control. Todd's screaming about being assaulted. My sister comes running in and yells at Jake for letting her kid near guns, as if Todd wasn't the one pointing one at their son. Jake doesn't argue, doesn't raise his voice. He just locks up the gun, looks at me like, "These people are idiots," and tells them to leave. Todd puffs up like he wants to fight. Keep in mind, he's 5'8", out of shape, and works at a bank. Jake's 6'3", built like a brick wall and doesn't need to say a word to be scary. He just stares at him, and Todd backs down. They leave, and that should have been the end of it. But nope, Todd and my sister start spreading this whole twisted version of the story, saying Jake's a violent psycho with PTSD who attacked Todd for no reason. They actually called the cops, said Jake threatened them with weapons. But guess what? The sheriff who showed up knew Jake. He taught him how to hunt as a kid. He literally called me to say, "Yeah, this report's bullshit, right?" Now my whole family's blowing up my phone, saying Jake's dangerous, saying I'm not safe, saying I need to get out before something happens. But no one wants to talk about how Todd pointed a fucking rifle at his own child. All Jake did was stop him, calmly, safely, without even raising his voice, and somehow, he's the villain.